My name is Christine. For those who don't know me, I am very new to this reading community, and today we're gonna do our October reading wrap up.
For the month of October, we actually did quite a lot of reading because it's my birthday month. This is a little birthday wish for myself. So let's do a recap for the month of October. In October, we chose 6 books, and out of the 6 books, we completed 4. I really wanted to finish my TBR because that would be the first, but it's okay. We can always try again the next month. I have never completed my 6 TBR ever because I am just a really mood reader. Let's do a summary. In the month of October, I actually read 7 books. Out of the 7 books, we read 2 fantasy, 2 thrillers, 2 fiction, and 1 romance. And in summary, we did 3,161 pages, which equates to around 58 hours and 45 minutes of reading time. Yay! Very good for me. Let's start. So the first book that we read was The Five People We Meet in Heaven. I finished it in, I think, October's 1st or 2nd. We already did on our previous reading wrap up, so I'm not going to discuss about that book. But after reading that book, we went on to read Caravel. And for Caravel, let me see. Let's put it here. Okay, after we read The Five People We Met in Heaven, we actually proceeded to Caravel, the fantasy book. So for this book, we rated it 4.5 stars. I really like this. This book talks about the first character of the female character Scarlett, and she really wants to go to this event called Caravel, and it's a once in a lifetime thing. So this book is really very magical. It's those times where you really feel like you are just enjoying yourself. The characters are easy to follow, and everything is just very magical, whimsical, easy to read, nothing much for you to vocab. You don't need to search a lot of very difficult English words. Everything is very familiar. And Scarlett has been wanting to go to this caravel, and I think I will continue reading this book because I want to finish the second and third book in this series so that we can go to Once Upon a Broken Heart. But overall, I really love Stephanie Garber's writing because I feel that she really know how to make all the wordings very flowery. Her phrases are very nice. You can really imagine all the scenes based on you can really imagine all the scenes based on what she has written, and it is really nice to read. So I think I wanted to continue reading this book. We will try our best to read it in the month of November. So the third book that we actually move forward to read was No Place Left to Hide. This is a thriller. I rated this book 4 stars. I think this is a very fast-paced thriller. I remember watching Booktok, and they were telling us that this book is just very fast and very easy to read, which I agree. So this book is about Brooke. She is perfect in every single sense, where her family is a very perfect family, and she is working really hard to maintain her grades, maintain her looks, maintains everything, trying to make her life a perfect life. But there was an incident that happened, and she is trying to forget about that incident. So I was a little bit afraid that the whole incident will be repeating again and again and again throughout the book because I will feel very cringe. I don't like the book whenever they keep referring that incident but do not give you context about it. So I'm glad that they only did it in like very little pages, and we soon move on to the plot. I think that there isn't a lot of plot twists that I can expect from this book, but yes, it is very entertaining. You read it very quickly, but it's just not a lot of twists and turns that you will be expecting. And I kind of see through it before the plot was being revealed. So for this book, I gave it a 4 star. Will I recommend it? I feel that if you are looking for something easy to read, very fast paced, you can read this book because you will not feel bored. And I think it's a good choice for someone who really want to start reading or be like me, like someone who want to really start reading, this is a good choice. Next, we reach our only 5-star for the month. The 7-Year Sleep by Ashley Poston. I dragged this book for the longest time ever. Look at the number of tabs that we have. Look, I love it so much. So this book is about Clementine. Clementine, her aunt passed away, and she kind of got the apartment that the aunt left for her. So she is a publicist, and that this apartment is very magical, and she will be able to this is a very magical apartment. There is a lot of magical realism in this book. It is really fast paced. I love every single page of this book. And if you really enjoy food, you will like this book as well, because this book talks a lot about food, and it's really, 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 really very nice to watch. But I feel that I wanted more story plot. I hope that this book is even longer, because I wanted more story plot between the male character and the female character, because I feel that it is really magical, and I like how the author is able to link the story up so well. And I really like the way that she described every single page, every single phrase. It is really nice. And I just feel that I really wanted more plot and really more engagement between the characters. So this is the first 5 stars, and I think this is one of the book that I'm gonna reread it and re-enjoy it, because it's just so nice. And now I'm looking forward to read other books from this author. I remember there's 2 or 3 books that is by her, so I'm looking forward to it. This is my only 5 star for the month of October. Bye. Next, we read an arc. The book name is called Last Chance Life. This book is about a murderer. So she is only 18 years old, and she is facing death charges. But right now there is a show that will be able that comprise of, they chose those prisoner who are already on death trial between the age of 18 to 20 plus years old, and they are giving them a chance to win, and the person who wins will be able to get the jail free card and live a normal life again. But the rest of them, they will be sentenced to death within 7 days. So it's technically supposed to, this show is supposed to help the society, because usually for you to get through to the last stage of death trial, where you really get lethal injection or things like that, it will take years. So it technically is trying to save money for the government, but at the same time they feel that someone deserves to have a second chance. So they created this show, and they are supposed to compete with each other, and in the end get the winner. So I think the female main character that the author have chosen is a black plum girl, and she is just very normal and very ordinary, just like majority of us, where other people are more unique in a way, or they are pretty handsome, they have something that is good, or they are even talented. But the female main character is just a very ordinary character. So I think that this book, I rated it 3 stars. I think the reason why I rated it 3 stars is because I feel that it's too long. It's really very, 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 very long. It's 500 pages for a fiction book. And I feel that I personally didn't like the way that the writer writes, but the story, I feel that there is a lot of potential. It's going to be a very interesting show. There is a lot of potential, because it is a very interesting concept. I agree that the concept is very nice, it's very unique, and it is worth exploring. But it wasn't explored that much, and I feel that I couldn't feel the intensity, the pain, the nervousness. I can't feel it. But I agree that it is a very interesting character, because you are very ordinary. Most of them are ordinary. We are ordinary people, and we are just so normal. And We may not have talents, we may not be pretty. So I find the concept very nice. And I feel that the angle that this book is going is in the right direction, but it is not sufficient. If there is more plot in the sense that it is a you create even more competitiveness, or you have better you work on the show a lot more, I think I will love it even more. But I feel that this book actually tells us a lot more story that it intended to have, which is very good. So I rated it 3 stars. Next, we have the last minute edition of the book. So we have Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I forced myself to read this book because I know that if I don't read it this month, I'm not gonna read it until next year, because this book is right smack during Halloween and Halloween 7 days later. So this book is about Jed. She had an accident where somebody wanted to kill her, and she didn't die immediately, and was diagnosed that she will either have to go through a surgery, which is very risky and has very little chance of surviving, or she can continue to live for 7 days more, where she can actually find out who the murderer is. So this book, I rated it 4.5 star. I really like it. But I think the reason why I didn't give 5 star is a personal reason, because I wanted a different ending. I wanted a different ending, and I really cried for this book. So if you're interested, when I uploaded my reading for this book, then maybe you can take a look. But basically, I cried my ass out for the last few pages. I think this book, they bring you through the whole thinking process, the whole 7 days of Jet's remaining life, and all the struggles that she have about her going to die soon, and how she actually start to accept it. And also, I think that for this book, something that I really like is that the author really spent a lot of effort trying to understand this condition that Jet have, and the way that she write it is very realistic. It's something that it will really occur in real life if such condition existed. And throughout the 7 days, you can see her condition deteriorating in the correct direction. So I feel that because I study in this area, I really appreciate it when authors spend extra effort to actually understand the illnesses and conditions for conditions, and then they actually added it into the story plot, so you can see the story plot every single day, where you can see how she deteriorate, how it matches with the condition that she actually have. So for this part, I really enjoy it, and that's why we give it a 4.5 star. Will I reread it? I will, because I was very emotional. I didn't expect that trailer can get me so emotional, and it is the first trailer that actually made me cry. So I think this is really worth your read. Right now is around Halloween season, spooky season. It is the best chance that you can read this book. So go and read this book. It is really easy to read. It reads very YA, although it's supposed to be an adult book, but I feel that it doesn't make you feel very childish, that kind of feeling. So go and read. Last but not least, we have something that I didn't expect myself to finish reading. We have Alchemize. For Alchemize by Sanlin Yu, I rated it 4 stars. I have to admit that the reason why I didn't give it 5 star was because it's really tough for me to read. For a person like me who is a beginner, whose English is very average, this is tough to read. There's a lot of terms, a lot of terminologies that you need to research, a lot of vocabularies that I don't even know existed. And I think this book is dated in the 1700s. So the way that they wear their clothing, the clothing terminologies, all this I have to search because I have no idea. And if I can't understand the book, I cannot imagine a book, it would be even tougher for me to read. So I ended up researching a lot. So for the first 100 pages, it was a struggle because every single hour I can only read 8 or 9 pages maximum, and it takes a lot of my time. So I actually started reading this book in the beginning of October, but I so-called put it on hold after 2 or 3 days because it really took too much time, and I feel that I'm getting into a reading slump because I got so pissed off spending a lot of time researching. So I have to say that this book is not easy to read if you really, 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 really are like a beginner like me, especially when I didn't read any Harry Potter book, I didn't read any Dracula book, and I didn't read Selling You previous books. But I feel that this book is still worth your time. After page 120 or 130, you will just speed past it. But I feel that maybe I have too high expectation for this book because when it was released, everybody was reading it, everybody was crying, and I thought I will cry because I am a crybaby, but I didn't cry at all. I feel that I couldn't connect as much compared to other people. Maybe it's just me because I couldn't feel the impact. It doesn't hit me that hard, but maybe it's because I didn't read the previous books. But the story is a little bit gory. You have to know that they describe it a lot in detail, and it's not easy to read because you need to spend time to research. But as long as you tank through the first 200 pages, I feel that it will be fine. You will start speeding through it. I can finish reading like 60 plus page in an hour after that, which is very good because I'm a slow to moderate reader. I read quite slowly at times, but you really need to start drawing all the connections between character and character. So if you're interested to have my later notes, I can feel free to add it into this uh, description below. You can let me know. I can add it in because I do have a little notes everywhere for this book so that it's easier to cover. But if you want to know about my reaction to this book, maybe you can check out my next upcoming video where I'm going to show you the vlog for this book, and I'm really excited for it. But all in all, this is a 4-star read, other than the fact that it took me so long and I have wrist pain after holding this book for a very long time. But other than that, this is worth the read and worth the hype. Let's do a summary. So in total, we have discussed about six books for this video, and this is my reading wrap up. So we have reached the end of this video, and this is my reading wrap up for the month of October. Now we are going to add it back into the bookshelf. I'm so happy because this month we really read a lot of physical books, and I am trying to clear my TBR. Okay? So let's put it back into the bookshelf. We are done for the month of October and we are moving to November. If there's any book that you are interested for me to start reading first, you can of course comment at the video below and let me know that what are the books that I should read as a beginner of in this community. And then I'm gonna see you the next time. If you like my video, do remember to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you again the next time around. Thank you. Bye.